following program is a sports betting show that is meant to bring the average Joe gamblers of the world together to bullshit about picks, build parlays, and hopefully cash the occasional bet slip. We're not professional bettors. We want this to be fun, and we want to build a community of bettors who don't take every pick so damn seriously. We want to win. We're going to try to win. No shit. But when we lose, don't be an asshole about it. Thank you. It's Weber Bets Weekly. Let's go betting.
Welcome into Weber Bets Weekly. It is February 25th, 2025. Let's go betting. We got some great college basketball games on tonight. I mean, I say great. There's actually a lot of top 25 action, but a lot of big spreads, so we got to get into that. My name's TJ Weber. You can find me everywhere at Weber Bets on social media. Thank you for tuning in. If you are on TikTok or if you're on YouTube, let me know your top plays of the day. We do have a phone line that is live. If you go onto the website, weberbets.com, you can check that out and jump into the conversation. We also have a voicemail line. If you don't want to call in live, you'd like to leave your voicemail, we can play that as well. This is constant interaction. We got 2 days in a row with this show, locked and loaded. And guess what? Yesterday, we hit our first parlay and our first number one play. Let's fucking go. That's how you get it started. The people call in, they text in, they do their thing. Actually, I don't think we had callers yesterday. But they texted in on TikTok and they got winners. That's all we did nonstop was get winners yesterday. Locked it in. If you're new to the show and you're like, here's another guy that thinks he knows sports betting, here's the deal. It's not what you think, all right? It's not the case because I want to build a community of sports bettors. They're going to sit here and have a blast with me and try to pick winners, and if we lose, we lose because guess what? Most of us try to win, and we don't ever win. It's just kind of the way it is. So I want to build this thing for all of you guys to call in, leave voicemails. It's going to be like a broken record until we get this thing going. But I want interaction. That is exactly what this thing is going to take to be great, and that's what I'm going to make sure happens. So please make sure you call in or text in or leave a voicemail at weberbets.com. This beautiful thing that we have, I mean, this amazing, look at this leaderboard now, or top plays, today's plays, we saw yesterday, 3 in a row, Parker gets 1, he had Houston -1, I go with Michigan moneyline, which we actually didn't end up betting, which it doesn't matter, it hit, that was a pick, and then shout out to Bill, by the way, Bill had an amazing pick, he took Bulls moneyline at plus money. This guy's talking to me. He's like, it's Bulls all day. It's Bulls all day. I said, you're out of your fucking mind. The Bulls suck. They've lost like 6 in a row. He goes, listen, the 76ers are trash. There was a chance Maxey didn't play. He did. Embiid did not play. He was questionable. And they beat him by like fucking 40. I mean, like that's what we need. I love that. So, Bill, if you're back here somewhere, if you're in the chat, wherever you may be, I need you back, my guy. That was absolutely spectacular to see the Bulls just trounce the 76ers. It was not even close. So I love that. It was a great start to the show, and I'm really excited to see where we go from here. So let me know your top plays in the chat, and let me know, again, where we're going today, because we got to keep this momentum going. That's where we are. So lock in weberbets.com. Yeah, I mean, and then the Houston game. I mean, Houston was pretty much rock solid the entire time. That was, I wasn't too worried. They had a last-minute push for Texas Tech. They got within a couple, but Houston figured it out at the end and got it done. So that parlay hits. And then the number one play we mentioned, which was, let me scroll down here if you can see this. We had Bulls money line, Houston money line, both that parlay hit, and then Hawks -1. So we're undefeated on the show. I think we might be undefeated the remainder of this program for the rest of time, how good we are. But no, I'll take it. Listen, first show, we didn't have a lot of callers. We didn't have a lot of people involved. All I need is a couple people to bounce off of. That's how you make this thing work, and we were able to do so. And we hit some damn plays, so I love that. So here we go, February 25th, 2025. We got a lot of college basketball. And it speaks to me when I see a lot of SEC contests as well, thinking that there's going to be some type of big upset. I'm not sure which one it's going to be because I look through the top 25 matchups in general. I'm trying to go on Blue Book here and see what we got. But I know, Duke plays Miami in the ACC. That's a massive spread. I don't see Miami making an upset there. As far as I'm talking about an underdog that's just going to win outright. I think it's going to happen today. I just don't know which one. Georgia over Florida. I was looking at Georgia a little bit. I'm not sure I love that. They got beat by Mizzou pretty good the other day. Florida's been pretty solid. Really not a lot of missteps. I think they've only lost like 3 games. Number 3 in the country right now, which is massive. And then, I looked at LSU at home. That might be the one I was thinking about over Tennessee. I love Tennessee, though. They've been pretty rock solid. But maybe LSU plus 10.5 could be a little interesting. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, a lot of top 25 matchups. A lot of top 25 teams playing today, but nothing really spectacular. I think the lowest spread I see on both 2 games is minus 7.5 for Florida and for Alabama at home. Mississippi State's also a damn good team, but again, Bama can outscore pretty much anybody unless you're Missouri. I can't decide where to go on that one. So, let me know what you think. Top college basketball plays of the day, and let's build something here and get something going. So here is the board. If you're new to the show, I got to move the camera over first of all. Here you go. We got the board over here, the workshop. Which we put all the plays in there to the left that we think could be possible to smack today, and then we build it out by putting a parlay, and then we have our number 1 play of the day. So again, a lot of opportunity here to get some winners, and again, I understand, it's one of those things where I might be on my own as we get going, as we get regular schedule going on, trying to figure out if it's a morning type of show, if it's a nightly show. I don't know yet. It's one of those I'm trying to figure out what's best for my schedule and for what's best for kind of growing this thing, but also just enjoying myself. And I understand I might be talking to a wall the first couple weeks, maybe forever. I don't know. I've had fun doing the show already, and we've just started, and I'm hoping that continues. As long as I'm having fun, that's all that matters. And if we grow this thing, we grow this thing. But love the audience interaction. That's kind of my whole thing with this. So let me know your thoughts on your plays at weberbets.com. All right, so if we start building stuff out a little bit, we kind of looked at the leader, I said we looked at the plays overall, but the leaderboard as well. Pretty simple. All of us are on winning streaks, so we got Bill 1-0. I put him number 1, even though we're all tied because that Bulls pick was absolutely spectacular. I'm also up there with the Michigan pick, and then Parker getting his Houston -1 play to go through as well. So not bad. I do, it's nothing better. It's just a hell of a start is all it is. It's a hell of a start. There are a lot of NHL games. I'm big hockey better too when I find a spot. So there's some NHL plays to think about. You got Toronto against the Bruins tonight. 6:08 puck drop Central Time. Over under 5.5. Kind of leaning a little bit towards. I'll be honest. I haven't watched much of these teams yet. Was locked in on the Four Nations, and I haven't seen if these guys have played yet this past weekend. But Toronto, I feel like, is always a high-scoring team, but then Boston is kind of the defensive, hard-nosed, good goaltending team. I go back and forth. But Boston at home plus 126. I don't know what I'm losing there or what I'm missing, but that's one that I think could be interesting. So I'm going to take a look at that, see what we got, if there's any injuries or what I'm missing there, because that seems kind of too good to be true. A couple other games, I know big time, say rivalry. Pittsburgh's, I thought was the better team. I guess the Flyers are the better team this year. Mr. Hockey over here. This is why I need you guys to get involved because I don't know hockey that much either. Penguins plus 116 on the road against the Flyers. Flyers are minus 140 at home, 5.5 over under. See what we got. Anything else? Blues play the Kraken tonight. Blues are minus 146. We've been, not great overall. It's been a tough season. Probably not going to make the playoffs, but some of those numbers, I don't know much about the Kraken, so that's one where I might get in trouble and bet my own team. But that's not smart. What we do is do smart plays here. So we gotta figure out what the right move is here this morning. All right. And then NBA again. We dipped our toe in the water yesterday. We were full on basketball yesterday. Full on basketball. And we absolutely smacked it because of Bill and Parker. Thankfully, they really talked me into the Hawks -1. That was one we kind of agreed on. And then obviously the Bulls money line. That's you can't talk about how incredible that pick was. That's why we need Bill back for every show if he can. That would be absolutely incredible. So, get involved here, WeberBets.com. You can get involved on the TikTok live chat or also on YouTube. And, again, let me know how it looks. If you're tuning in, you're watching, let me know how it looks. If it sounds good, I'm still working out all those kinks, too. I want to make sure that everything works and is good to go. So, we'll figure that out. All right. So, let's kind of figure this thing out. NCAA basketball, I talked about wanting to take an underdog. I think I'm going to lean towards Tennessee's 10.5. That's such a massive number, though. I don't love them on the road minus 10.5. I'm going to look up how LSU's been doing this year because that's kind of the one I was keying on. LSU getting 10.5 at home. It's a conference game, which they're all conference games at this point, pretty much, right? I mean, that's kind of the way it goes. 14-13 overall. That hook is speaking to me, though. That hook is speaking to me. They have lost, let's see. They've won 2 out of the last 3. They lost to Florida by, 14? That was at home. They beat South Carolina at home by 14. And then they beat Oklahoma by 3 on the road. Arkansas beat them by 12. Ole Miss by 2. So they keep it relatively close against decent teams. I would say that, Florida beating them by 14. I think I've watched Florida a little bit. I've watched Tennessee way more. To me, Tennessee's not as good of a team as Florida, so that tells me LSU could keep it close. Tennessee's the team that I think when they get it going, they're unstoppable. That's the team that I've been locked in on since football season ended, and I've become a college basketball fan once again. Tennessee's been that team I'm kind of locking in on. When they're hitting on all cylinders, they can win the whole thing. When they suck ass, they can lose to anybody. So that's kind of where I'm a little hesitant to take Tennessee with the 10.5 again on Blue Book, which is an interesting number. Let's look at their schedule. Just look how they've been doing. Again, they beat A&M. I had them. They beat them by 8. That was a hell of a win on the road, by the way. They beat Vandy. That was a tough one. They beat them by 5. That was at home. And then they lost to Kentucky on the road. They beat Oklahoma pretty good on the road. And then they beat Missouri at home 85-81. So they're up and down is what I'm seeing here. So, I don't mind taking – I wonder if we can find an alt spread for LSU. I think that might be our play. Just a parlay. I'm not saying it's going to be, a spectacular – pick. It's just more of like let's add a little something. If you think 10.5 is too close, if you think at the end a couple free throws makes it 11 or 12, how about this plus 13.5 minus 182 on a little parlay action? You know what I mean? So I like that. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the board and throw it up there because to me you got to throw something out there first. I think LSU plus 13.5 could hit. Now, again, this is me kind of grasping at straws here because I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen LSU play yet this year, but it doesn't mean they can't get it done. That doesn't mean it can't get it done. We're going to put it up here, so it's LSU plus 13.5 is minus 182. I know it's a massive number, but again, if we end up going with this and adding it to a parlay, I think it's worth it. I think it's a good pick. SEC game at home. I don't hate it. So let's see what happens. I like LSU plus 13.5 to start, though. All right. So there's one. Then we kind of think about... I had to throw a little music bed in there, by the way. You like that? Little music bed going on. Gotta love that. The other one that kind of was speaking to me for college basketball, I think was... Mississippi State scares me a little bit. That over 169.5. I mean, is that a possibility? Like, if they, I don't know if they score as much as Bama. I don't think there's any way. Is there any team that does score as much as Bama? Maybe Mizzou. Let's see. Mississippi State 19-8. Damn good team. Damn good team. Let's see, they lost 93-87, 70-54 to A&M, 81-71. So. What's the number at? It's massive. It's like 1 million or something. It's 169.5. That's just so big of a number. I teased it down the other day. Bama to like the 174.5, and it's smacked by like 4 points, but don't love that. I'm gonna stay away. Yeah, I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan of that one. Let's see what else we got. You guys get involved, WeberBets.com. Appreciate it. Second straight episode. Hoping to get some more interaction and keep growing this thing, man. It's only episode 2. It's going to take some time, but we appreciate it. We are undefeated. Undefeated. Look at this plays board from yesterday. There's the leaderboard. We won everything yesterday. Everything. 3 picks. Houston minus 1.5. Michigan money line. Bulls money line. Bill with an absolute insane pick. Parlay hit. Number 1 play hit. That's what we do here. Hopefully. That's what we continue to do. But I need, this is a show for the people. This is the problem with trying to grow this thing. I want people to understand it's not going to be like, I don't want to pick all the picks. I don't want to pick many of the picks. I want you guys to do it, and I'm the mediator. So that's what we're going to keep doing, is trying to grow it that way, make it a show for the people. Florida is a covering machine, minus 7.5 all day. That's from Bart. Okay, that's the one that I was thinking maybe Georgia could be the upset alert team, but they've actually been really unimpressive when I have tried to bet them the last couple weeks. I thought they'd give Mizzou a better game at home, and maybe I'm just kind of looking at Mizzou and I wasn't giving them enough respect. But yeah, something about Georgia was exciting me, and now it's not. Now they're not. They're on a 4-game losing streak. They have had an insane run though in their schedule. They played Auburn, Mizzou, A&M, and Mississippi State 4 straight. So I mean that's pretty heavy there. But again, if they're going to stay on that trek, they've lost by 12, 13, 16, and they lost to Mississippi State by 1. I'm starting to like Florida minus 7.5 now as I look at this. The trends would tell you. I mean, the public's got to be all over Florida. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Man. But okay, we'll write it down. Bart, you're going to go on the spreadsheet here. We're going to go and put you down for Florida minus 7.5. I might end up taking that one down a little bit just to help out. Maybe like a 5.5 is what I'm kind of leaning towards. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get this in the spreadsheet while I'm thinking about it though. Let's see. Spreadsheet, gmail.com. Again, leaderboard and everything is also going to be found on WeberBets.com. Everything that you need to find about the show is on WeberBets.com. I'm excited to continue to grow this thing. Hopefully, again, getting the quality we need for the stream to keep people around for sure. Let's see. Florida minus 7.5. So that is Bart P. Florida minus 7.5. Got you down, my guy. All right. Parker says I won on KU, Houston, and Michigan. There you go, Parker. Hey, you were part of that thing yesterday, man. We had a hell of a day. 3 straight wins. You got to love that. Let me know if you got one today. So far, I got LSU plus 13.5. And I think I'm going to throw Florida in there too. Not 7.5. I'm kind of I'm kind of thinking I'm going to take it down a couple points at least. Let's see what we can get on an alt spread here. Let's see, Florida minus 4.5. Minus 4.5 is minus 188. I do feel better about that. I mean, we might just go like kind of heavy here and just parlay them all and see what happens and see if we can keep that magic going. Yeah, Florida minus 4.5. Let's go back to the board. I'm going to write it down. Florida minus 4.5 is a play. I like it. It feels right. It was a minus 188, I think. Florida minus 4.5. And I know we might have people that are going, oh, you're changing numbers and all this shit. That's what we do. I want to win bets. I don't want to, oh, you're losing value. I don't know how good Florida is. We're giving it a shot. That's what we're doing. So that's what we're going to do. I like Florida. I like LSU. There you go. You guys talked me into it. There's 2 plays right there. I feel like we still need to do something with hockey. I was going to look up the Boston Bruins. That's what I was going to do. So let's look up the Bruins because they're underdogs at home against the Maple Leafs. The over-under is 5.5. Something's off there. I'm thinking that, if they think it's going to go under, Boston would be in that game the whole time, right? There might be injuries I'm missing or whatever, but I I mean, they're not that great of a team this year. Toronto's number one team. I understand where it's at now. I get it. Let's see. The Bruins have lost 3 straight. All by 1 goal, by the way. And they got destroyed by Winnipeg and Buffalo back in January. But at home, I mean, they're keeping it close. In February, most of the time. They've either won or they lost by 1. And then Toronto, again, let me know if there's injuries. There might be injuries and shit. You guys need to do some research for me as well. Toronto beat Chicago 5-2 and 6-3 on 22nd, 23rd. They've been on fire. Chicago's not very good. Interesting. All right. Well, now I got to see if there's a big injury with Boston. That's my biggest thing. Because if not, I like the Bruins today too a little bit. Again, this is I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to have people saying like, this guy's an idiot. He's taking random picks. Here's the thing. We're going to put out plays every single time we're on the show. Okay? Sometimes we got great research. Sometimes we got people that know what they're talking about. And sometimes we're just going to throw darts at the board. Today, since we don't have a lot of interaction, it's my first morning show that we've done. Didn't expect a lot of people to be involved yet. We're going to grow this thing and do the best we can. It's only going to be good if people get involved. That's just the case. And it's not me being mad. It's just me being honest. If it's going to be good, people got to get involved. That's the way it is. So we're going to keep building this. If you want to know as far as schedule goes and the regular schedule for this thing, the plan is to do this in the mornings like I am right now. So usually 7:30, 7:45 a.m. CT. I'll jump on and do the show most mornings if I can. It kind of depends on how things go. Things are going to change. Not going to be a set schedule all the time. But mornings, 7:30 a.m. CT or 7:45 a.m. CT is going to be the main thing. The other reason is because if I can do this and then record it, have it ready to go for the rest of the day, you can watch all day if you want or see what picks are there or whatever the case may be to talk about that night's games. If I do the game or the show the night before, some of the lines aren't out, and also there's games going on. So people are going to watch the games and not watch the show, right? So the morning is probably the best bet. So we're going to try to do this and build it the best we can, have some fun, get some interaction, and see what happens. WeberBets.com if you guys want to check out everything in regards to the program. All right, Boston, do you got any injuries over here? Let's see what we got, Boston. Boston. Yeah, McAvoy's out. I know he got hurt during the Four Nations, and Lindholm is expected to be out till May 1st, so he's out a long time. And that's, yeah, okay. I think I like Boston. I mean, what about plus 1.5? What's that at right now? They're keeping it close at home in February. That's all I'm saying. Simple. Minus 215. Let's take money line. Let's take money line and let's just go for it. We got to take a shot here. Plus 126. Plus 126. Bruins money line. Adding it to the board. There you go. So all those minus 182, minus 188s that I have, Bruins money lines plus money. They're at home. They're playing a really good Toronto team who's been on fire. I get it. It's not a great spot, but they've been keeping it close, and you're taking a chance here. The public's going to be all over Toronto if I had to guess. Parker said I would take Baylor in the money line against Cincinnati. Baylor on the money line against Cincinnati. Well, let's go do a little research on Baylor here, Parker. See what you got. Baylor on the money line against Cincinnati. I don't think I've seen Baylor play 2 seconds of basketball this year. Let's take a look, though. I mean, the guys want to know. I got to listen to them, see what's going on. Baylor playing Cincinnati. Baylor money line, he says. Let's see what we got here. This is the part where I got to find the game now. Let's search Baylor basketball here. WeberBets.com for all the links to the show, to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, to everything you need. The call-in number, the voicemail inbox, everything to get involved with the program here on Weber Bets Weekly. Second ever show. Today is February 25th, 2025. The fuck am I? Google's giving me crazy way of doing these scores. It's not even I don't like the layout. They lost to Arizona 74-67 at home. Houston beat them by 11 on the road. Baylor was on the road. Texas Tech beat them 73-59. BYU beat them. I mean, all they do is lose, Parker. No revenge game. Drew is too good of a coach. Did they already play Cincinnati? They did. They beat them by 20. So what's the number? I mean, this isn't like minus 400 or some shit, is it? Because I don't think we're going to do that. That's crazy. Listen, 188, 182, maybe. I don't know about a massive number. They're plus money. Why are they plus money? This is good. This is what I mentioned with Bill the other day. Bill said take the Bulls all day, and the Bulls were on like a 6 or 7 game losing streak. It was plus money. And they smacked it. They won by like 40 yesterday. So, Parker, what do you know? Why is it plus money if they beat them by 20 earlier in the season? Maybe it was just an off game for Cincinnati. Let's take a look at Cincinnati real quick. Cincinnati Bearcats basketball. All right. Well, same record, 16-11. Parker, let me know why you like it. I'm just a big fan of Drew, and I've seen Cincinnati play, and they are helter-skelter at best. They beat TCU at home. They lost to Iowa State by 11. They beat BYU by pretty good, who beat the shit out of Baylor, by the way. They lost to West Virginia. BYU beat the shit out of them. They're up and down, this team. All right, Parker. Hey, listen. This is good. Cincinnati is a tale of two teams. You're right. That's exactly the exact way to say it. They have, right there. Lost to BYU by 28 and then beat BYU by almost 20. That's crazy. Okay. I'll put Cincinnati up on the board. Cincinnati money line, another plus money play. Listen, after what we did yesterday, I can't scoff at any plus money plays here. Yesterday was insane. So we got Baylor money line. 2 plus money plays. All right, I got to get going, so we're going to build this right now. So, Parker, let me know. Anybody else in the chat, let me know what you like. For my number one play, I'm thinking about just going Bruins money line just to say fuck it. Like, maybe I'm a hockey guy. Got a feeling about that game, even against Toronto. I know the public's going to be all over the Maple Leafs, too. Baylor, I like what Parker said. Interested in maybe putting that in the parlay, but I like these two for the parlay for sure. LSU plus 13.5 and Florida minus 4.5. What do we think? Talk to me in the chat. I like the Lakers Mavs over. No, we're not talking about any more games. I appreciate it because I know they're playing tonight. It's going to be a hell of a storyline. I know Luka coming back against the Mavs is going to be interesting. So I guess, what do you think? LSU plus 13.5, I think I like in the parlay. So let's do that. LSU plus 13.5. All right. And then we got Florida minus 4.5. I like taking that one down too. Okay. Those two right there. Let's go look at it. I'm guessing it's like plus 110 or something. It's not going to be great odds. Let's take a look. So many tabs open. So just those two, it's plus 137. Okay, plus 137. Now do we get a little interesting? Do we add the Bruins money line or Baylor money line? Something's telling me that that Bruins money line is going to mess with me. Something's telling me that's not the right move. LSU plus 13.5, Florida minus 4.5. Do we stay safe? Do we just play it safe and take those two? Yeah. Bruins money line, Baylor money line. I can't do it. God, it's such a boring parlay, but it's, it is smart. It's the smart play. To me, that's a smart play. Bart says yes, those two. There you go. Okay. I think that's what we're gonna do. So, Parker, I'm gonna put you down. What was your top play? You like Baylor money line for your top play today? Boring, but a win's a win. That's true. That's true, Bart. Appreciate that. My official play today, I'm gonna probably end up going with. It might be unfair because it's. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. LSU plus 13.5. And I'll put the odds on there because I'm a man of my word. I'm not betting a minus 110. I understand. But Parker's getting Baylor money line. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back over here. We're going to add Baylor. I think Baylor should be number one play, though. Parker said yesterday. We're going to do it again today. So Baylor ML is the number one play. And then this one was what? I think I said plus 136. Boring, but a win's a win, as we said. Cashing a ticket's a great thing. It doesn't matter how much you cash, but you cash. A win's a win. It's better than losing. How many times have we lost parlays trying to spruce up shit and we lose every time? It's just, that's the name of the game. Okay, here we go. Baylor money line, LSU plus 13.5, Florida minus 4.5. I think what I'm going to end up doing, I might not bet this. I'll put it. Might not bet. Nah, fuck it. We're 1-0. We got to do it. All right. I'll put 20 on it. We hit the first one. I got to bet them both. 20 on that. I'll put 20 on this. Average Joe Sports Bettors. God, that's a terrible handwriting. Average Joe Sports Bettors, $20 bets. That's what I do. Listen, that's what I feel comfortable with. We're going to give it a shot. I've never seen any of these teams play. No, I've seen Florida play. I've seen Florida play. Okay, there we go. I like it. Wonderful. Lock in. God, I got to work on my handwriting. If I'm going to be a guy that's going to have a show that's got a board, I mean, we gotta work on the handwriting. That's brutal. All right. Well, thank you to our viewers today. We really appreciate it. Shorter show because I got to get out of here and go to my day job. We'll plan on trying to do this as much as we can in the mornings. Really appreciate it. But here we go. Official plays today. We have, there's the workshop. You can see where we were. We were going to take a couple numbers, alt spreads down. We're going to take LSU plus 13.5, Florida minus 4.5 for the parlay, which is, I said 136. What's the official number? 137. Okay, close enough. 137 on that one. And then the number one play from Parker is Baylor money line. Again, we like the matchup against Cincinnati. They're very up and down. And we're going to take plus money and take $20 straight bet on that one. So that'll do it. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Really excited about this show. Again, I understand there's not a lot of viewers, but we're going to keep growing it until we get those damn viewers because people are going to jump in and realize this is what I want to do. I'm enjoying it. If we have a couple listeners to start, I'm still having a blast. That tells you everything. I'm doing the right thing, and can't wait to keep this thing going. So thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Remember what Big Web always says, don't bet the house, bet the doghouse. You guys have an awesome, what's today, Tuesday? And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow. That's the plan. Talk to you next time.
WeberBets.com is where you can find everything related to the show. Links to our social media platforms, show leaderboard, every parlay and pick. WeberBets.com. Subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Follow the show on TikTok and Instagram. And get involved with the show by leaving a voicemail on WeberBets.com. All right, I'll shut up now.